I didn't expect a knock on my door to undo the quiet order of my life. But that morning, when I opened it, I realized some moments don't ask permission. They just enter and stay. It was barely past sunrise. The light outside was pale and uncertain, like it hadn't decided whether to stay. When I opened the door, she was standing there. My neighbor. Her eyes were swollen, red at the edges, like she hadn't slept. Her hair was loose, messy in a way that spoke of long nights and no mirrors. She held her hands together tightly, as if they were the only thing keeping her upright. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice thin. I didn't know where else to go. That was the moment my life shifted. Quietly. Permanently. I'm not someone special. I'm just a man who likes routines. Coffee at the same time every morning. Work, home, silence. I moved into that neighborhood because it was calm. No drama. No surprises. People waved but didn't ask questions. She lived next door with her husband. I used to see them in the evenings. Him watering the plants. Her sitting on the steps, watching him with a small smile. They looked ordinary. Solid. The kind of couple you assume will always be there. Yesterday, I saw an ambulance. Today, she was at my door. I stepped aside without thinking. She walked in slowly, like she wasn't sure her legs would carry her. I offered her the chair by the window. She sat, staring at nothing. I didn't know what to say. I didn't say I was sorry. That word felt too small. "He died last night," she said finally, not looking at me. "A heart attack. They said it was fast." I nodded, because that's what people do when there are no right words. Inside, something tightened. I barely knew her, yet the weight of her loss filled my small living room. "I tried to sleep," she continued. "But the house feels empty. Loud. I kept thinking I heard him breathing." Her hands trembled. I brought her a glass of water. Our fingers touched for a second. She flinched, then relaxed. It felt wrong to notice that. And yet I did. Her name was Sarah. I learned that morning. I told her mine. We sat in silence for a long time. It wasn't awkward. It was heavy. Shared. After a while, she stood. "I'm sorry I came like this," she said. I needed to feel like someone else was awake in the world." "You can come anytime," I replied. It came out more serious than I intended. But I meant it. She nodded. A small, grateful nod. Then she left. I thought that would be it. A moment. A strange morning. Something I'd think about once in a while. I was wrong. The days that followed blurred together. People visited her house. Family. Friends. I stayed away, afraid of intruding. But every evening, I noticed her porch light stayed on late. Like she didn't want the dark. A week later, she knocked again. This time, she brought food she hadn't eaten. She stood there awkwardly, holding the container like an excuse. "I made too much," she said. I let her in. That became our pattern. Small, quiet visits. She talked sometimes. About memories. About how silence felt heavier than noise. Other times, we just sat. No pressure. No pretending. I learned she had moved there for her husband's job. No close family nearby. Her life had been built around him. Now, it had collapsed inward. I started noticing things about her I shouldn't have. The way she listened, really listened, even when I talked about unimportant things. The way her smile appeared unexpectedly, then vanished like she felt guilty for it. The way her sadness didn't demand attention, it simply existed. I felt something growing. Not excitement. Something slower. Something careful. And I hated myself for it. At night, I lay awake arguing with my own thoughts. She was grieving. She was vulnerable. I was just there. A neighbor. Nothing more. Still, when I heard a knock, my heart reacted before my mind. One evening, months later, she came in soaked from the rain. She laughed softly at herself, embarrassed. "I forgot my umbrella," she said. I handed her a towel. She took it, our hands brushing again. This time, neither of us pulled away immediately. "I'm scared," she said suddenly. "Of what?" "Of getting used to this," she whispered. "Of not feeling him everywhere anymore." I wanted to say something comforting. Something wise. Instead, I said the truth. "You're allowed to breathe." She looked at me then. Really looked. Her eyes filled, but she didn't cry. That night, after she left, I realized something terrible. I cared about her more than I should. And it was too late to pretend otherwise. The turning point came on a quiet afternoon. No rain. No drama. Just a knock. She stood there holding an envelope. Her hands shook. "I'm selling the house," she said. My chest tightened. "Oh. I can't stay there," she continued. "Every corner reminds me of him. I found another place. I leave next week." The room felt smaller. Temporary. Like this moment was already slipping away. She looked down. "I needed to tell you. You've been important." The word landed between us. I took a breath. My heart pounded. "Sarah," I said, slowly. "There's something I need to say, and I don't know if it's right." She nodded. "I feel it too," she whispered. Silence stretched. Dangerous. Honest. "I don't want to replace him," I said. "I don't want to be something you hold on to because it hurts less." Her eyes filled. "I know," she said. "That's why I'm scared." That was the moment. The exact moment the title promised. The knock that came with truth instead of need. The conflict followed quietly. She pulled away. Not suddenly, but gently. Shorter visits. Longer pauses. She needed space. I respected that, even though it hurt. People talk about timing like it's a small thing. It's not. It's everything. The night before she left, she came one last time. No excuse. No container of food. Just herself. "I don't know what the future looks like," she said. "But I know you mattered." "You still do." I nodded. My throat tight. "You changed me," I admitted. "I won't forget that." She stepped closer. For a second, I thought she might stay. Or kiss me. Or ask me to come with her. She didn't. Instead, she hugged me. A real hug. Long, honest. The kind that says goodbye without words. When she left, I stood at the door long after it closed. She moved away. We stayed in touch for a while. Messages became less frequent. Life moved, as it always does. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if things were different. If grief had been lighter. If timing had been kinder. But I don't regret it. Because she knocked on my door when her world collapsed. And in doing so, she opened something in me I didn't know existed. My life was never the same. Not because we ended up together. But because love, even unfinished, leaves a mark. And some marks are meant to stay. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.